Hey, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Just checking out what I've been up to with these books. This is the next haul I got here. I was gonna wait a little longer, but then I'm like, well, it's already been like a long minute since I've done one of these book collection updates, and I got enough in. Part of this stack here I got when I was on vacation. I visited certain places, and they had what do you call it? Gift shops. So I managed to find some pretty cool books in those gift shops while I was on like the summer family vacation. So some of that's mixed in here. I got two books on pre-order. One was supposed to drop this month, but that got pushed back to like mid-August. It's actually one of these books. It's like something Venus and other stories. It's like sci-fi horror with like, aliens, mutants, and that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to that one. But here's some other books that I'm trying to catch up on because I've been enjoying collecting like this series, this EC, what is it? What's it called? EC Artists Library Series or something like that. I can't remember. It's a library series. Um, I'm almost done with like just EC stuff. Period. I'm getting kind of because I've collected the softies and then anyway, I'm rambling. So, and then another cool book that's gonna come out in August, but that'll have to wait till another book haul update. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by, just checking out what I've been up to with this stuff. I appreciate it. So, I'm rambling enough. So let's get this one started here. I think this is, I don't know what number update this video is, but whatever. First I got finally off my want list is Came the Dawn and Other Stories by Wallace Wood. Legendary Wallace Wood, so that's awesome. This is more like the thriller stories, from my understanding. So I already have a lot of these stories because I did collect all the softies and then those as well. But I'm just addicted to this. Is just a great series of books. So looking forward to getting quote unquote caught up. I say quote unquote because there's some stories I'm not going to care to collect, which is just the war-based or battle-based or battle-themed war stories. I think there's like two books maybe that I'm just not interested in personally. So I'm not really going to have the complete collection. I'm okay with that because I mainly just stick with horror, thriller, and the sci-fi, because sci-fi has aliens and mutants and just space monsters and what have you. But anyway, this is awesome. Finally glad to get this one off the want list. If you can see that, here's the back. Probably hard to see just because of the colors, but really nice. Here's the spine. I'll flip through it real quick. I know you guys don't really get much out of this when I do it this way, but there's the man himself. Love these books. Just really well put together. I've gushed over these for quite a while because I've been building and building. It's taken me a while to get all these. Just finding good deals. Actually, I got all four. Well, I got 4 books in this time, and all 4 were under $30, which is awesome considering it's usually above 30. It's like 35 to 40. Especially if you're late with some of these books. A lot of these have been out for like a long minute. So, yeah, really cool. So that's that one. Next is one finally glad to get off my want list, and that's Child of Tomorrow. Some more sci-fi, aliens and what have you. Really cool. So yeah, Child of Tomorrow and Other Stories by Al Fedelstein, excuse me. Here's the back. You guys can see that. If you need to pause, go ahead and pause. Love the color combo of this book. Just pops really well. Look at that crazy plant alien grabbing that one astronaut guy. That's cool. Here is the spine. Awesome. Flip through this real quick. not to destroy this book trying to do this. But yeah, you get the idea. It's pretty cool. Good stuff. Love the way these books look on the shelf for sure. Let me take a drink. Yes, that is a beer, and it's only Monday, but it's incredibly been hot today, so I'm having a beer. Screw it. I don't care if it's Monday. And that is a good summer beer, in my humble opinion. Can't go wrong with that one. Good stuff. All right, third one is The Million-Year Picnic and Other Stories by Will Elder. Illustrated by Will Elder. Again, more sci-fi. Been missing quite a few sci-fis. So, starting to hunt these ones down. That's crazy. Is that not crazy? There is the write-up here in the back. You guys can see that. Okay. Oh, Tom. Okay, hold on. I figured I'd try my best to flip through these anyway. I know you guys don't really get much out of me doing it this way, but I at least gotta show something with these books. I feel weird not opening these up, so just to give you a little bit of an idea how some of these stories are, just how it looks, how it's printed, how it's all set up. If those of you are a little unfamiliar with this series, like me, being so late to the party with collecting these. Okay, so that's the third one. And the fourth, for now, managed to get 4 of these this go around, is Fall Guy for Murder and Other Stories by Johnny Craig. It's more thriller. It's really cool. I believe this particular episode right here was on one of the Tales from the Crypt. Well, not episode. I mean, this story here was on one of the episodes of Tales from the Crypt. I think. Really cool. So you got some thriller stories with the supernatural stuff mixed in with it. Hold on, let me switch hands. You think I'd get the hang of this by now. Sweet dreams. Look at that. Freaking awesome, right? Inspiring. Makes me want to go play around with the clay right now. Like make something like that. That is so awesome. Good stuff, guys. Vault of Horror goodness. Yeah. So that's 4 books I managed to get my hands on. I'm slowly catching up on this series. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. I'm not trying. I know that I'm not gonna go after the complete collection, because I say this now. Maybe I'll change my mind later down the line. I'm just not in. I'm not interested in collecting just the war, like the battle, war-themed stories, the action ones, I should say, because EC put out a lot of those just action stories. I'm just mainly interested, obviously, with the horror, the thriller, and then the sci-fi, because the sci-fi with the aliens and man-made mutants and what have you. Those are the books I'm interested in collecting for my personal collection. So I already know that I'm not going to have the complete EC library collection. That's just me. So I guess what I'm getting at is I'm only, so if I exclude those books, those action books, I personally am only 4 to 5, I think it's maybe 5 books behind. And I do have one on pre-order. That's a sci-fi one. That's something Venus. I don't remember. It's like Venus something and other stories. I was supposed to get it in this month, and it was going to be a part of this book haul, but that got pushed back to like mid-August. So that's one of the books that got delayed, or I shouldn't say delayed, but just the date has changed. But anyway, this is 4 books here. Let's see if I can grab all this with one hand and kind of show you what all the spines look like when it's all together, even though this stuff is crazy out of order, but oh well. I really don't know the true order. They're probably numbered. I don't know where those numbers are at. Showing my ignorance as usual. But look at that. That's pretty cool. Not only do you get awesome stories, but the books, the design of the books themselves just pops so good and makes your shelves look that much more exciting and fun. So I love this series. And I love that they're not like sky high in price, you know what I mean? Like if you get these on time, it's not crazy. But if you're unfortunate like me, I have to like wait on sales with certain books because I'm so late to the party. But anyway, I think it's like a thrill of the hunt to find the good deals. And those 4, I found good enough deals, as good as it's going to get, especially with them being in such nice condition. Because all these are used books. I get all these secondhand from like other collectors, other sellers selling them. So I think try to get all these new, it would be very expensive from what I'm seeing online. Anyway, so that's the horror comic haul. Just these 4 in this one series. And let me take a drink, and we'll continue on with the cinema books, which I show you what caught my eye on that. Okay. All right, first up, recommended to me by a fellow horror movie nut. Josh recommended me this one, so I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. I mean, I already have like 2 books on folk horror, but this one did grab my eye, and it was recommended to me, so I went ahead and went after this one. I added this one to my Vinegar Syndrome order, so yeah, I believe I ordered this one through Vinegar Syndrome. Ghost of an Idea, what is it? Hauntology, folk horror, and the spectra of nostalgia. Heard nothing but good things. Heard this is definitely a great book to have. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. It won't take long at all. It's not really that much of a book. But I love the overall size of it. That's neat. Feels great. It's like a flat, matte, sort of soft feel to it. And I love the book art. That's awesome. It feels, I don't know, it just feels vintage. Or it looks vintage. I don't know. But, yep. This is by William Burns, a Headpress. Headpress is awesome. Love Headpress. So, yeah, Headpress books. Here's the spine. Here's the back. And, yeah, this was part of, I just got this off of Vinegar Syndrome because they do have, like, a really nice book selection in their store, so... how is this laid out? I just got this in not too long ago, so this looks to be all business, which is fine. Not that big of a book. I didn't know if this would have like a few illustrations or not. I mean, come on, let's be honest. That's always nice when there is a few cool hand-drawn you know, black and white illustrations, but no, none of that in here. I mean, that's just the cherry on top for me. It just encourages you to keep turning the page sometimes, depending on how good the book is or whatever. I'm rambling, but yep, I got that in. Pretty cool. Looking forward to checking that out. All right, then some more cinema on the 70s, like probably the best decade ever. The Gorehound's Guide to Splatter Films of the not just the 1960s, but yeah, 1960. I mean, excuse me, I thought this was strictly just 70s. I've had this book for a minute, so I forget that it covers both the 1960s and 1970s. By Scott Aaron Stein. Gotta love that freaking iconic. So cool. McFarlane Books. Here is the write-up on the back. There's the spine. A nice sized book, not that big. Yeah. There's the, let's see how it's broken down. Hold on. Love that movie. It's great. Here's contents. This book is so brand new, it's kind of stiff here. Hold on. Oh, no. There you go. That's how it's broken down. I'm gonna destroy the book trying to handle this thing for you guys. Oh well, it's no biggie. It's not bad. Pretty cool. Probably didn't need this book. I got other books that just cover these movies, but this just seemed too cool to pass up. I like collecting all these kinds of books that cover multiple upon multiple movies. Call them dictionaries, really. Yeah, good stuff. So I got that. All right, what's next? Oh, this is awesome. This is the other book I got off of Vinegar Syndrome's site, I believe. Either that or Amazon, because Amazon has it too for like a really good deal. But this is Art Trash Terror from Chris Alexander. I think I have another book or two from him. Adventures in Strange Cinema. Essays and interviews exploring some of the most eccentric and unforgettable movies in cult film history. All these movies on this cover are badass, so really cool. Good to see movies like The Keep finally have its day. That's awesome. Elephant Man. I know this is a crime, but I'm drawing a blank on this one. Sorry, guys. Which one is that one? It's so familiar. Oh, it's killing me. Vampire's Kiss. Alice, Sweet Alice, Dawn of the Dead, Phenomena, and dang it, what's that one right there? I don't remember, but I've seen the movie. Here's the back. Head press, again. Gotta love head press. Here's the spine. This book feels like it weighs, I know I'm being a wuss, but Jesus Christ, it feels like it weighs 10 pounds. It's just a beast. Must-have book, for sure. I think everything Head Press puts out is like, you just have to have it. All in ABC order. Gotta love that. Because I am an ABC order kind of guy. I'm looking forward to finding out some information I never knew about from a lot of these movies. So I'm pretty sure this is the book to do that. Ooh, Deathline, that's a good one. I don't believe I've ever seen the promo art for that one. That's new to me. Was that the UK art? That's beautiful. Seen that one. That poster is easy to find. Eaten Alive, that's awesome. Emmanuel, one of them. Snake Plissken. I'm gonna say that's the sequel. Is that the LA one? It looks like it. Could be wrong. I don't remember which one's Steve Buscemi, if I'm saying his last. I don't remember which one he was in. I don't think I've seen that one. Helena? I probably have it in my collection too. I just have yet to watch it. You got some Kiss in there. Yeah, they did a few movies. An Attack of the Phantoms. I believe all of those Kiss movies have yet to hit like a really nice collector's edition on disc. That's a shame. The Devil's Bride, that's a good one. Yeah, this book is amazing. Like I really need to make time for this one. Oh, you got what's his name from Smashing Pumpkins fame? I forget his name. The guitarist there. What are they interviewing him about? Was he involved in some soundtrack? Or is he just a fan as well of these movies? Yeah, what's his name from Smashing Pumpkins? I like Smashing Pumpkins. Okay, so that's that. You guys get. All right, let's move on. So yeah, awesome book. Art Trash Terror. So cool. Take another drink. This one has been on my want list for years, probably since the beginning of going after more and more books. This one's been out for like a long minute. Television fright films of the 1970s. And I forget where I seen this book actually advertised. It was years ago. I believe this is a reprint, though. This isn't the original first released edition. I think the first one was actually a hardcover. But yeah, McFarlane again. I personally been wanting this book just because I'm a fan of Kolchak, and just to have him as on the cover is just awesome. You gotta love that show. It's good stuff. Here's the back. You guys can see that. But yeah, I didn't need this book, but this book's got a lot of great positive feedback on it, so I couldn't resist, and I got this one for actually pretty cheap. I'm going a little too fast, guys, but I still got a little bit of a pile to go through, so I kind of probably need to speed it up a little, don't I? Awesome. Got the Night Stalker there. Kolchak. It's either talking about the movies or it's actually talking about the show. I think it's just talking about one of the movies there. The Night Strangler, along with it. Good stuff. Yeah. Finally, nice to just mark that off the want list. That was one that had been on the want list for forever. All right, and then I grabbed this one for a really good deal. This one is Bob Burns' Monster Kid Memories. Just seemed really cool, like really right up my alley. First-hand encounters with the makers of the classic monster movies by Bob Burns as told to Tom Weaver. Forward by Leonard Maltin. Introduction by Joe Dante. So cool. A lot of big names there. Love the book cover there. There's the spine. Focus. There we go. All black and white, which is fine. I figured I'd scoop this one up. It didn't cost much, and it's just really cool. So, I haven't really read up on Bob Burns that much, so a lot of this is going to be new to me as far as his life story, I guess. So that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't grow up with knowing names like that, so. Awesome. Original World of Worlds. I always love the alien design for that. I actually like it a bit better than the remake design. And that's saying something. I mean, this is like ahead of its time for sure. Groundbreaking stuff. That's an awesome scene. Look at that. War of the World. These toy companies, they need to put out more of the classic 50s monster stuff, you know what I mean? It's just not enough of that, you know, especially if you want some collectibles and whatnot. We're still lacking in a lot of the iconic monster toys and stuff as far as nowadays. It's It's not that much. Anyway, I'm rambling. But awesome book. Glad to have it. That's that. Next, and you want to talk about being late to the party. I didn't even know this book existed. So this was not on my want list. So yeah, this was a nice surprise. I just stumbled upon it. I didn't even know it existed. This is called World Gone Wild, Rocketed and Reloaded, the second edition. So it's been sort of beefed up and revised, just an upgrade of an edition. So I'm glad I didn't know about this, so I didn't have to worry about double dipping, because that would suck, double dipping on books. It already kind of sucks double dipping on soundtracks, because with movies like Phantasm, Jaws, it's like, Anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic a little bit, but anyway, World Gone Wild, a post-apocalyptic collection of the Survivor's Guide to Post-Apocalyptic Movies by David J. Moore. Cover art done by, I can't really read the name there, done back in 2022. Freaking amazing. Since I've been going after more and more post-apocalyptic, these crazy movies, and adding them more in my collection, I figured I would go after this book, get some more knowledge about this genre. Love the new Mad Max movies. Love them all. They're all fun, in my humble opinion. Comes with a bookmark, so that's cool. Inspiring through expert knowledge. So I'll carefully try to flip through this as best I can. First off, let's show the spine. I ain't even done that yet. Cool. This book weighs, it feels like weighs like 50 pounds. I'm exaggerating, I know, but this is probably the heaviest book in this update. I got it for a better deal than $60. Originally, this was $60. This is a $60 book. So here's the write-up in the back, and that looks to be none other than Mad Max himself. It's pretty classy. I love that. Okay, let's put that down. I'm killing my wrist. Collecting these post-apocalyptic movies on Blu-ray. I was a little late to the party because there's a lot of them I didn't have, so those Blu-rays had been out forever. But I was mainly focused on collecting the horror and some of the cult titles, and finally started getting around to collecting more post-apocalyptic, along with like fantasy movies as well. Sword and sorcery, that kind of thing, because a lot of those movies had been out on DVD and Blu-ray for years and years, and I personally, as far as my own collection, wanted to go after those movies that had been out on Blu-ray and DVD for years recently. So I started building on that. And now I'm going after these books, because why not? It's all connected. So yeah, the movies have been out on DVD and Blu-ray for quite a while, and recently, I started collecting those. Just doing my own thing, building my own collection the way I want to build it. And I just didn't know about this book, was what I'm getting at. So yeah, I'm very late to the party. Not only with some of the movies. I mean, I've had a few. Granted, I've had a few of the more well-known post-apocalyptic movies and sword and sorcery ones in my collection, but now I'm really trying to dive into more of them nowadays. So I don't know, I think I just kind of just, it's always fun just doing things on your own time. You know what I mean? When it comes to this hobby. This book is amazing. I do love how it's all laid out. It's really nice. So yeah. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Put that there. Okay. Let's scoot forward a little bit and take another drink. Still cold, surprisingly. That's good. All right, so some of these books I got when I was in Europe, specifically around in and around of can't talk, London. I went to London and for a little bit, for like a week, and then from there I went to Paris, and then when visiting those, and I also went to Germany. While I was there, I visited some very famous, big, huge cemeteries, and some of those cemeteries have gift shops, which blew me away. I mean, I should have known, because I mean, they're big time tourist attractions, rightfully so. And I went to some gift shops and grabbed some of their books that they had. So I'll show you a few of these, show you what I got. I grabbed this book when I was visiting Highgate Cemetery. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful cemetery. If you're at all into walking around and looking around, just appreciating cemeteries, I highly, highly recommend visiting Highgate. I had a good time. I didn't feel, it wasn't crowded. I could take my time. As far as visiting the west side of it, I did go with a tour group, and even that felt comfortable to me. It wasn't like rushed. It didn't feel like I was being rushed to hurry up and take pictures or walk fast or anything like that. So I had a really great tour guide. I learned a lot of the history of Highgate and just the cemeteries in Europe in general. That was a lot of fun. And this is after I was done looking around, I went to their gift shop and just see what all they had, and they have plenty of books, and I grabbed this one. This was pretty neat. London Cemetery. Spend the day with Karl Marx. I'm gonna butcher some of these names. Enid Blyton, Keith Moon, and many more. Beautiful little book. Here's the write-up in the back. Again, I got this book from Highgate Cemetery's gift shop. They do have their gift shop online, so you could be able to buy online. You know, if you're not able to go to Highgate just yet, you can just go online and get their books. But it was cool to get it in person. I don't know why, it shouldn't blow my mind, but the fact that you have a gift shop in a cemetery is wild to me. I love it. I think it's great. And it's for a good cause, the money they get. Kind of the help with upkeep and everything for the cemetery, so that's all pretty good. So neat little book. It's hard to kind of, the size of it, it's really hard to flip through it with one hand. I had a good time. I took lots of pictures, and You could spend hours and hours and hours in the cemetery. It's just absolutely gorgeous. You guys in Europe, you have the most beautiful cemeteries ever. I'm jealous. I am jealous. But yeah, had to grab this book. I grabbed that one. And then, of course, I'm going to grab some books on Highgate Cemetery itself. So I got the Highgate Cemetery Souvenir Guide. I think this is the one that they just hand out for free. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'll take that. So pretty cool. Well, it's not free. I mean, you pay, I think this was part of the tour guide thing that you got when you did the tour guide, you did the tour. So I guess I shouldn't say free, but yeah, they hand it out to you. They hand it out to you before you, as you go along with the walking around. Pretty cool. I wanted to take a few videos, and I did take one video, but it was just very, I'm bad at it. So I did want to have some videos for my channel, but it was just really messy and sloppy, and I don't do, you guys know I don't do a lot of editing and everything, so it would have just made you guys dizzy, really. So yeah, this book, really cool. Glad to add that to the collection. Never can have too many books on cemeteries. I already have a few, but they're mostly from the U.S., just 50 states, like the best cemeteries to go to in the 50 states of the U.S. But it's nice to get some from Europe as well. I'd like to get more from other countries if I can. I'm definitely looking, I would love to go to Italy and visit the catacombs there. I did visit, when I was in Paris, I did visit the catacombs there, and it was amazing. But here's another one I got at the gift shop, Highgate Cemetery. These are gorgeous pictures of just in the winter, during the winter times. So you see all the snow just covered up on some of the tombstones. Beautiful stuff. This book was like $16. It blew my mind. Did not cost much at all. So totally worth it. I saw that grave. I took a picture of that one. It was about this highly regarded boxer from the, is it 1800s or early 1900s? I don't remember. I think it was like 1900s. That was a fascinating story about that boxer. I forget his name, but he had a dog that would rest on his grave. So when the dog passed away, they decided to make the statue of the dog as part of his gravestone, and it's beautiful. And my kids did really well. I mean, this is not really, they're not really into this kind of stuff, but they still had fun walking around and learning about the history of Highgate and other cemeteries and stuff. So they had fun as well, even though they're not really into this sort of thing. We did a lot of other fun family stuff. It wasn't all just morbid stuff for me, but anyway, yeah, pretty cool. Really nice book. Here is the spine, which doesn't have anything, so that sucks. But whatever. And here's the back. Pretty simple. But 16 bucks. Not much. Didn't cost much. And then when I was in Paris, I visited, I forget the name of the cemetery. It's the biggest, most visited necropolis ever. I forget the name of that cemetery. It's the one that Jim Morrison from The Doors is buried. His grave is there. I visited his grave, took pictures. I visited Oscar Wilde. The writer who wrote the picture of Dorian Gray. I visited his grave, which was amazing. Very interesting design on his gravestone. And while reading up on Oscar Wilde, I found out about this right here. I'm embarrassed, but I knew nothing about Melmoth, the Wanderer. So I got to reading up about this story, and it fascinated me. And I was like, well, I need this book. I need to read this. So it turns out to be one of the greatest gothic horror novels you can have. So yeah, I learned about this through Oscar Wilde. I can't believe I had never even heard of this before, but I haven't, so this is new to me. I've never read this book before. I'm not at all familiar. Well, I am now familiar with the story, but yeah, I'm extremely late to the party with this one. So really cool. I forget which edition this one is. I got this one didn't cost too much. Beautiful book, but it's about a guy who basically sells his soul to pretty much the devil, and for success, to live forever. And it turns out to be one big gigantic mistake, a curse, really. So yeah, Melmoth the Wanderer. Forgive me if I'm not saying that right. But yeah, nice to finally get this book for the horror collection for sure. So yeah, written by, I can't remember if it's like his grandfather or like a great uncle. He's related. Charles Maturin. Oh, forgive me, guys. I know I'm not saying his name right, but Oscar Wilde is related to him. This book came out in 2020, so it's fairly new. It does have a few interesting illustrations here and there. And this one, if I can find them, not many. Not that that's a big deal or anything, but I just figured I'd point that out. Unless I'm lying. I thought I saw a few in here. Maybe not. Okay, so that's that. I know, extremely late to the party, but I'm glad to finally read up on a little more on Oscar Wilde. I mean, I always knew he was responsible for The Picture of Dorian Gray, but I'm not familiar with his other stories. I have some of his books, but yeah, anyway, got that. And then collecting more of these medical books. This is definitely a place I'd love to visit at some point in my life. The Mutter Museum. I don't think I'm saying that right, forgive me. Historic Medical Photographs. This book has been on my want list since the beginning, for years, actually. And I wish I could say I got a good deal for this book, excuse me. But, well, I got a better deal than what it usually goes for. It's a little bit out of print. I got this for $45. It usually goes for $60 and more. I'm thinking I got a better deal because it does have a little bit of damage. Right, I don't know if you can see that, but like right there, that's no big deal. It's fine. I got it for a pretty good deal, like I said, considering what it usually goes for. So some of these pictures are going to be a bit graphic. I'm trying not to run into any nudity. I got to be careful with this book. So let's see how well I do. See what I can show. Whew, that is brutal. Okay, I've really got to be careful, guys. Okay, let me get to some bigger. Some of these people, man, it's horrible. It just goes on to cover some of the more well-known diseases for the time. This was definitely one of the big books I had been wanting to get my hands on. It's just I'm finally getting one for a reasonable price. It just took a while. Look at that. That is... Oh man, that looks painful. Okay, you guys get, you pretty much get the gist of this one. Just old photographs and medical stuff. Oh, can't show that. Yeah, sorry. Forget the name of that disease. Let's see. Gigantism, which is still a thing. That poor kid. That is brutal. That rib cage. That had to be painful. Okay. More gigantism. I know it's not the best lighting, guys, but hopefully you can see that. That's crazy. So that lobster, what do you call it? Like the lobster boy disease. I'm just gonna admit that I kind of learned about that through a Offspring album. X-rays. Can't show that. Yeah, I can't show that. That's crazy. Oh, the tail, the one with the tail. There is a tail right there. That's insane. Poor kid. Okay. All right. That's enough of that. You got to take books like this and... I mean, I'm okay. Like, I can flip through here and be fine, but every now and then it's just, I guess it depends on your mood. Some of this stuff can just be downright depressing. It just depends on your mood, really, but for the most part, I'm fine and just find this stuff fascinating, and it just makes you that much more grateful and just thankful for the health that you have compared to some of these poor souls. But yeah, that's that. Glad to finally have this off the want list. I have another book on the same subject, and it too is a very nice book. I forget the name of it. Where is it at? Yeah, the other Mutter Museum book. That's just another volume. I definitely wanted to get this one as well. Okay. Alright, let me scooch up. Now, just for, I grew up with these books, so I'm obviously wanting to collect more of these, but I don't want the whole collection. I think there's like 30 plus of these. Oh, what's it called? It's the Mysteries of the Unknown series. I don't know if some of you guys around my age or older, even younger, remember these books. I have two of them. Let's see, right there. What is it? Spirit Summonings and Hauntings. I'm mainly after the ones that cover topics that I'm interested in. So I already know that I'm not going to want all 30. I think there's maybe 25 to 30 plus of these books total. But these books are really well done, especially considering the time that these came out. These are, I believe, sometime in the 80s. Sometime in the 80s. So I got this one. I got Mysterious Creatures. Definitely had to get that. Plain Jane back. The spines are pretty much all the same. It kind of reminds me of a book version of Kino Larber. That's kind of what these series of books remind me of. Just very simple spine, all black. Beautiful silver. It's silver, glossy silver effect on all of them, but really well made. Well made, put together books. I say I don't want to go after all of them, but there really is quite a few that touch upon topics that I'm interested in. But yeah, let's see if I can carefully flip through this. I've got both these books secondhand, but like they're pretty much in pristine condition. So. And my parents had, I don't know if they had the whole set, but my parents definitely had these books because that's how I know about them. And I've just been wanting to have these books back into my life because these were amazing to flip through as a kid and just get your imagination going. And it's just a whole lot of fun for a kid into this kind of stuff. Got the Nessie, old Loch Ness monster. And all these books, they have this silvery graphic. Let me show you. It's just a little bit of silver here and there, which I find really neat. It's kind of hard to point out because the images are black and white anyway. Not all of them, some are in color as you can see, but they just have this beautiful silver bit of touch throughout these books that I love. It's just unique. I don't know. I love these books. Okay, I'm getting close to an hour, so I gotta kind of speed it up. So this one is of Mysterious Creatures by Mysteries of the Unknown. Good stuff. So I got more of that, and then last for now, as far as this book update goes, is Mysteries of the Unknown Phantom Encounters. Awesome. I love the cover to that. That's creepy. Again, plain Jane backing. Excellent condition. I've seen these go on eBay for a reasonable price. Like I've seen them listed for like the complete collection. But again, with that silver, I love that they do this whole silver thing throughout the book. Even some of the writing is done in silver, or some of the illustrations have like a silver printing to it. If I find one, I'll show you, but yeah. There's one on, that just touches on Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and it has the footprints throughout the page, and it's done in like a silver. It's beautiful. It's like footprints in the snow. I think it's this book, but I can't find it. Oh, I'm going on it. I don't know if I can go over an hour with this phone, guys, so that is that. I'm gonna have to just end it here. Thanks guys for your time. I appreciate it. I didn't expect this video to be this long, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So hope you guys enjoyed the book haul update for me. This is what I got this time around. Next book update, I have no idea when that'll be. A couple months from now, who knows. Till then, take care guys. Take it easy. Later.